And now, a Fox Carolina First Alert Weather Day update.
And we do have a tornado warning that has just been issued by the National Weather Service. It is coming out of the Easley area. We're going to zoom in to radar here. Show me, excuse me, ran outside in here, so I'm out of breath a little bit. But let's zoom in here, and you see the area in red is where we are talking about this tornado warning that has been issued until 10:15. East Central Pickens County in upstate South Carolina. It is capable of producing a tornado. It's radar indicated at this time. We are watching this storm. The lines have been coming through a better part of the evening right now, and it appeared like they were kind of easing out and not showing as much intensity toward the north. But as you can see, as that line came back in from northeast Georgia, it kind of ramped up again. So we do have that severe thunderstorm warning also that was issued until 10:45. This is just about 13 minutes ago. That is the area you're seeing in yellow right now. That area in red, right around Easley, is where they got the tornado warning issued for this time. You can see that storm right now. The heaviest of it is just northwest of Pickens, and we do have a lot of lightning that's been indicated with this in that area. But again, this storm picking up steam and a lot of lightning. Look at this, these areas in purple just south of Clemson at this time, coming right over 85, kind of right between Townville, LaFrance, Masons Crossroad, into North Lake, coming right along just north of the 85 corridor. That area in purple right there, that's got some hail based in that at this time. But again, we've got a tornado warning for East Central Pickens County in upstate South Carolina right now. You can see that is the area in red that we've been looking at. Let us kind of look at some of the lightning that we've had in this storm right now. The lightning counter. We've had 10 strikes the last couple of minutes here in that, and it is just really producing some heavy hail, as you can see, in that area. That line right now stretching all the way from Asheville down through Hendersonville into the upstate down south of Anderson, and then kind of curving back over into Athens area. But again, the area that we're really concentrating on right now is that area from Easley back over into Greenville, right along Highway 123. And again, if you're in Greenville, you do want to be on the lookout for that as well. Adam's been in all afternoon. He is here right now. We've got Kendra Kent coming in also at this time. But again, Adam's here with me right now. And Adam, you've been watching this line of storms throughout a better part of the evening for us. That's right. At 6 o'clock tonight, and we will kind of let you clip your mic in. Yep. But again, this area in red just issued just a few minutes ago. This started out as a tornado warning.
That's right, Richard. Yeah, I'm on mic 3 in case they have me up. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, this tornado warning, you know, we had the severe thunderstorm warning issued for parts of Pickens County and Greenville County. It had a tornado possible tag on it. And we did see some rotation, enough rotation that the Weather Service did go ahead and issue a tornado warning based on that. Let's look at the velocity on that. And right now, the velocity is showing a little bit of rotation near the Easley area. We'll zoom in a little bit closer on that so you can see that right near the Easley area. So right now, this is very weak rotation. Let me go ahead and circle that for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So here is a look at, basically you're looking at the wind within the thunderstorm. So you're seeing the greens, those are winds going away from the radar or toward the radar, and the reds are winds going away from the radar. So what you're seeing is a rotation right now near the Easley area. Let me go ahead and draw that for you. So right there is where you're seeing that rotation near the Easley area. So yeah, tornado warning is now in effect for Pickens County. There's your rotation in question. That is just south of Easley. We'll go ahead and we will zoom in a little bit closer on that and get a little bit closer in, tight in on that. that. So we're talking about areas just south of Easley, and we're talking about Johnson Road, Pope Field Road, Brushy Creek Road, Rolling Wood Drive. These areas here south of Easley proper. We got some more roads that have populated. You can see Black Snake Road, Old Stagecoach Road. So these areas out here south of Easley, these are the areas that are under the gun right now for a possible tornado. This is not confirmed on the ground, but it is indicated by Doppler radar. So that's what we're looking at here into parts of Pickens County at this time. We'll put a track on that. And Richard, do they say how fast the tornado warning is moving? Probably east at about 30. So we'll go ahead and we will track that out east at about 30 miles per hour. And so that is going to be moving into Greenville County. So, you know, there's no warning officially for Greenville County yet, but this storm is tracking to the east, and so we're talking areas like Crosswell at 1019, Gant at 1028. If it can hold together, if this circulation can hold together, it will be moving into Greenville County around 1030. So right now this storm is back in Pickens County, but if you live in Greenville County, heads up, this is a storm that could potentially head your way. So we're talking Greenville about 1034, 1050 for the Taylors area, and we're looking at about an hour from now moving into parts of the Batesville area. This is toward Spartanburg County, really, toward GSP, which is where the radar is from, which is the radar beam is generating from GSP right now. So this is a look at the tornado warning in question. We'll put back on the radar so you can see what we're looking at. Again, this is not a classic supercell. We're not seeing a classic hook. This is a little circulation that has spun up ahead of that line, right on the edge of that circulation. So this is what we're looking at in case you're just joining us right now. Your phones are going off. There is a tornado warning in effect for Pickens County. It is for this cell, which is just south and to the west of Easley at this time. Again, we'll put back on the rotation, and you can see that rotation right there is coming up on South Carolina 135, Johnson Road, and of course it will be crossing areas near South Carolina Highway 8, and then moving towards Brushy Creek Road, and then eventually past that we'll be moving near Highway 93 and the Hale area. We just got an update on that warning box right now. So again, the warning has been trimmed back just a little bit. We still have Easley and Hale in the warning box. So if you're in this box, what this means is you need to be taking precautions right now, your tornado safety precautions. That is on the lowest level, near the center, away from windows. You want to be away from windows. You want to be in that center part of your house on the lowest level, and you also want to take pillows and blankets into that tornado safe spot with you. Be sure that you have bicycle helmets on the children, that you put them in that safe place too, because this is not a confirmed tornado, but this is a tornado that has been indicated by radar. Again, so we've not had any reports of one on the ground, which is some great news, but one could be on the ground at any time. That is why we do have the tornado warning in place for parts of Pickens County. Greenville County, you are not under a warning yet, but this is moving in the direction of Greenville County. So if you live in areas like Berea, Parker, Gant, over towards the west side of Greenville, you want to go ahead and watch this storm very carefully, because a warning could be forthcoming for Greenville County shortly. The rotation has increased a little bit. It has gotten a little bit better organized. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that area right now. This is right over Brushy Creek Road, and this is moving towards areas like Powdersville Road, Rock Springs Road, Prince Perry Road, the Hale Community, Crestview Road, and Highway 123. 123 is that main road that you run from Greenville downtown towards Pickens and Easley. It is crossing that main road right now. It is moving in the direction of that. So let's go ahead and put a track on this right now, and we'll go ahead and put a storm track on that. This is moving at about 30 miles per per hour. In fact, let's zoom out just a little bit more and get a little bit so we can get a better track for you right now. Again, let's go ahead and zoom out, and we're going to track this out at about 30 miles per hour. So we're talking areas like Parker at 1016. We're talking Greenville at about 1023. Roper Mountain Science Center about 1031. GSP Airport about 1043. Duncan at 1053. And if this can hold together and move into Spartanburg County, Fairmont by 1101. So these are the areas that this is moving towards. This is still in Pickens County, but this is getting a little bit better organized. This will move into Greenville County, and then eventually, if it can hold together, will move into Spartanburg County right over the GSP Airport. So if you live in those areas, you want to be paying very close attention to this storm as it is getting a little bit better organized on the radar. So here it is right now. There, we'll zoom back in close. We got wide out. We're going to zoom back in close to where this rotation is right now. This is just to the southeast of Easley, Easley proper. Now, if you live on Bushy Creek Road, or if you live on Sitton Hill Road or Powdersville Road, you probably have an Easley mailing address. We're talking about downtown Easley. This is southeast of Easley proper, but this is moving towards the Hale area, moving over Highway 123 there in Pickens County, and it will be shortly moving towards western Greenville County. We have Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent, who is in here with us too. Kendra.
Yeah, Adam, you know, we've been monitoring this line, and again, this is, you know, something that developed very, very quickly, and we're watching it closely, as of course Adam's been talking about. It was a rotation that developed, and it got a little bit, got really tight on radar, as in you've got the greens and the reds right next to each other. You can see that just to the south and east of Easley right now. This is not an environment technically that's highly unstable, but we've got just enough in the way of rotation aloft that's helped this quick spin up occur. And like Adam was talking about, as well as Richard, this is going to be heading toward the community of Hale near Powdersville as well. So if you're anywhere in these locations, if this sounds remotely familiar to you, you need to be taking those tornado safety precautions right now. Get to the lowest floor of your home, away from windows. A bathroom, hallway, closet is a good place to be. Again, a tornado warning, if you just turned on, this is for a storm that's now moving east of Easley and is going to be heading toward Greenville. Now, that doesn't mean that the rotation is going to hold together that whole time, but we're treating it that way. We want you to be in your safe place. So Adam just put a fresh storm track on this storm, and you can see Hale, Crosswell, Parker is in the path of this storm. Some smaller communities as you approach Greenville. City of Greenville, 1050. So we need you to be in your safe place, and we will be the first to let you know if this rotation starts to get weaker. We're in touch with National Weather Service to let us know how this is looking, because of the fact that this is going to affect a lot of folks, and we're looking at, you know, a busy weekend in downtown Greenville. A lot of people out. Same with downtown Easley, maybe coming home from dinner. If you know someone who is downtown, give them a call, even though thankfully we've got some time before it's going to be making it to the city of Greenville. You don't have as much time in these areas along 123 coming on the east side of Easley. Again, approaching Greenville County. That tornado warning, and it looks like they just pared it down a bit, Adam. So that happens. Again, they're trying to you know, warn the folks who need to be in their safe place and show who can get out of the safe place. And it looks like now, as this rotation continues to transition northeastward, it's going to be getting right on top of 123. And the reason that it's not inside this box is because the radar is just a couple minutes behind, because it has to send out the beam and it has to come back. So that means that this rotation is quickly getting toward the community of Hale. And we can zoom in a little bit more too, Adam, just to get a closer look at the folks that are under the gun here for that potential for a tornado. And the rotation has broadened a little bit, meaning that it's not looking quite as strong as it once did, but it's certainly strong enough where we could be looking at a tornado developing at any moment. And that's why we're on the air right now, bringing you that first alert. This kind of thing is incredibly scary, I know, especially if you have kids at home. My own were asking me, what's going on, Mom? What's the deal? Because it is scary in the middle of an evening when you're just trying to enjoy yourself and you hear about a tornado warning. So we're going to be here with you through it and let you know if the National Weather Service thinks that they're going to be extending this. But Adam, just checking in, I know you've been looking at the National Weather Service chat. Have we gotten any new reports, anything indicating that this is potentially going to be extended, or what are their thoughts at this point? Because what I'm seeing at this point, there's still rotation, there's still an area of concern, but it has slightly weakened, and that makes sense. The good news is that this storm is going to be rolling into a much more stable environment as it continues to go eastward. We didn't get a ton of sun today. We had that rain, especially for around Spartanburg and eastward, that really stabilized things. So that has helped, but at the same time, it's trying to hold on to some intensity, so some gusty winds there. And again, Richard, Adam, and myself here, and we're going to stick with you through this as we continue to track these storms. But Adam, again, is any new information from National Weather Service?
Well, what we're seeing right now, Kendra, is we just got an update on that. As you can see, that circulation pretty much has gone away.
The latest update does look much better.
So it looks like right now this is like a gusty push of wind almost. It was maybe like it was trying to spin up a little bit. So, right now, the worst part of the storm looks to be near the Powdersville Road area. So, near Highway 153, Powdersville Road, 123 area. Again, that is right there on the Pickens-Greenville County line. So, that is what we're looking at right now. That is continuing to move to the northeast. So, let's go ahead and take that track out. So, what we're looking at, in case you're just joining us, we're looking at this feature right here, kind of, where the reds and the greens come together, and again, that is really broadened out, like Kendra said.
Exactly, and I was just going to highlight that even more so, is when we were talking about how much it's weakened, it's the fact that we're not seeing as tight of a bright red, bright green right next to each other. When it starts to broaden out like that, it doesn't mean the storm's not dangerous anymore. That indicates strong wind, but it doesn't indicate the tightening of rotation that could bring a tornado to the ground. So we like this trend, but sometimes these storms can cycle and come back. So that's why the National Weather Service will likely keep this warning for a little bit longer, and we will let you know if it does get extended. But again, Adam, that is the area of concern. Certainly some 50, 60 mile an hour wind possible as this continues to blow toward Greenville County.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just kind of get some of those wind speeds on, Kendra, right now. So again, we're talking gate to gate shear. What do we mean by that? So basically, we're talking about you get the winds outbound, you get the winds inbound, and you put them together, you add them together, and that's the total wind speed. So right now, 27 plus 18, we're getting the winds of about 30 to 50 miles per hour in this. So again, very weak circulation, but it is still there. And like Kendra said, these storms are cyclic. They go up and down. They pulse up and down. Just because the circulation weakens for a scan or two does not mean that it won't come back again. That's why, even though it looks like the circulation is weakening, it could come back again. So that's why the Weather Service is keeping that warning. But Kendra, they are agreeing with us that the circulation clearly has cleared easily and it is weakening. So right now, the circulation in question is still over Powdersville Road. Now, up next, it's moving into the western part of downtown Greenville. So areas like Old Easley Bridge Road, South Fish Trap Road, Hood Road, South Washington Avenue. We're getting in towards the Gant and the Dunnion area of western Greenville. This is where this circulation is heading at this point, Kendra. And if it can hold together, and again, let me just draw where the circulation is. So there's your circulation right there. And if we track that out to the northeast like this, again, it's going to be going over areas like Dunnion, downtown Greenville. And then on the east side of Greenville, we're talking areas like Pelham Road. And here at Fox, Carolina, we're going to be kind of in the path of that. that. So, you know, we'll have to see if we have to take cover
exactly
here in the next few minutes.
And even with the rotation diminishing, this storm still packing a punch with the strong wind. And again, we're going to monitor it very closely over the next couple of scans. These next couple of scans will be crucial. But if you look at the data, when it comes to the atmosphere that this storm is going into, there's not a lot for it to work with. So in theory, it should continue to weaken. But again, this is a situation where it's a rogue spin up along a line. These often don't last all that long. But the fact that it did get going and it has persisted over a couple of scans, that's one of the reasons that the National Weather Service is still holding this tornado warning, and we're still bringing you the latest on it, because again, it is still a concerning storm and it could be producing a lowering. In fact, we've got a look from, I believe this is our Paris Mountain camera, that every so often you can see toward the top of the screen the lowering of the clouds. That's not tornado, but it's an indicator of just a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. We have a situation where some very heavy rain is going to be produced, even if we don't see any wind damage or a tornado, and lots and lots of lightning. And I've been seeing it kind of out of the corner of my eye as we have the camera up. But again, this line, there's just this one small area. The rest of the line is not even considered severe, but it is still gusty. You know, it's going to be heavy rain and some strong wind moving through now Belton and Honeypath, getting into Greenville. So again, city of Greenville, you're not in this tornado warning, but we've been imploring you to watch this storm and to be near that safe place, be ready to take shelter, because it is getting very, very close to you. But as National Weather Service and our staff of meteorologists, we've been looking at this, and we all agree it is weakening and thankfully not showing the same level of rotation that it did for a couple of scans. And I like that, you know, Adam's doing some querying here of the winds. We're not seeing as big of wind either. The less bright that color is, the lower the wind speed, and the velocity right now about 27 miles an hour, 24. Again, it could gust certainly more than that, but we're seeing a nice trend. So we will continue to watch this and let you know if the warning does get extended, because again, these storms can cycle. So if you are watching from downtown Greenville, maybe you're out somewhere wondering if you can go home, just hang tight for a bit, because this is a pretty quick mover too. So it's going to be in and out in the next 30 to 40 minutes through Greenville. And Adam's got some new information for us.
I think they just dropped the warning, Kendra. So they dropped the tornado warning. It is now being replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning for Anderson, Greenville County. So this same system, and you can see even the latest update, Kendra, the circulation's pretty much gone away, which is some great news. However, there will be gusty winds that will be moving into downtown Greenville here shortly. They are now coming up on the west side of Greenville. We're talking Gant, Dunnion, Parker, Berea, those areas along South Washington Avenue, Highway 124, Highway 29, 185, those areas. That's where that gusty wind is moving into right now. So even though the warning has been dropped for Pickens County, it is not being extended into Greenville County. There is still going to be some gusty winds. In fact, let me put on the radar and we'll zoom back out to show you kind of the line. And like Kendra was saying, most of this line is not severe. We'll put it in motion, we'll loop it over the last hour, and you can see how that line has been pushing across the upstate. And the good news is, if we can get this out of here, you know, if it's moving quickly, we can get it out of here faster. So right now, that the severest part of that line is now coming into the city of Greenville. But if you live in Anderson, the worst has passed you. If you live in Elberton, the worst has passed you. So let's go ahead, just kind of going to do kind of a squall track real quick, Kendra, and just kind of show everybody what is, you know, what time they can expect this to move into your particular area. So let me stop the radar.
And as Adam puts the storm track on it, we're going to be monitoring this here for the rest of this evening, and we're going to be bringing you updates too online as well as on air as needed. But definitely just the heads up here that we've got these communities that are in the path of that line beyond Greenville. So we're going to be watching this, keeping you posted, because the storm is obviously, this line of storms has obviously had a tendency to try to rotate. So we'll be keeping it close close eye on it, but now that the tornado warning has been removed, we're going to go back to regular programming. But we will continue to keep you posted on foxcarolina.com through our apps as well. It's a great time to get the Fox Carolina First Alert Weather app, especially as the heavy rain is now closing in on downtown Greenville. But since this storm has weakened, we'll be going back to regular programming.